Hey guys, it's Shalise, and welcome back to Confessions of a Concertgoer. And you've been in this situation before. Your friend invites you to a show the next Friday night for an artist that you've never heard of. You want to say yes, but you're a little apprehensive about how the night's going to go. After all, are you going to like this band? Is it going to be a waste of time? What if you're just not a fan of what you hear? And if you're a resident concertgoer like me, you're in your circle of friends, you've probably faced a similar predicament. You're so stoked to see your favorite band coming to town, and your friends are a little bit less enthused by it, but you still invite somebody to go with you. In this video, I'm going to talk about 3 ways that you can be an ally to your favorite concertgoer. Tip number 1, keep an open mind. If your friend asks you to go to a show for an artist that you've never heard of before, ask your friend why they like this artist to begin with. Have they ever seen them live before? What can you expect for the vibe to be like at the venue? Ask for suggestions of some of the best songs from this artist before you go to the show and stream and check them out. We've all heard the cliche that the best defense is a good offense, and going into a show with an open mind is like the best defense. You're going in with high expectations, you're going in engaged and excited to see somebody that you've never heard of before, and you really can't walk away with anything but a positive experience if you go in with that mindset. Number 2, make a plan and manage expectations. Now let's say that you are familiar with the artist that you've been invited to see and you're just not a big fan. Talk it out with your friend in advance and see what the exit strategy is going to be. Do they have to be front and center in the pit? If so, is your friend okay if you go stand in the 21 and up section or by the bar or away from all the action? Just being there at the venue with them helps to make the night a little bit better. If your friend wants to stay for the entire set, but you're kind of keen to leave maybe a couple of songs before the set's over to beat the traffic, talk to your friend about that and discuss a plan about what you guys are going to do. The best way to mitigate any conflict coming up is to talk openly and to communicate before the show even happens. Number 3, keep a positive attitude and don't criticize your friend's taste in music. Now, of course, it's okay to playfully roast each other over different preferences in music. That's what friends do, after all. But at the end of the day, you've agreed to come to this show with your friends, so be nice. Don't criticize your friend's taste excessively. It could really kill the vibe overall. And your friend, your concert-loving friend, will most likely be super appreciative that you're willing to come along with them for the ride. So instead of complaining, be happy that you're supporting your concert-going friend in something that they're super passionate about. And at the end of the night, you could always say that they owe you one. Now, to share a real-life anecdotal example, back in 2012, I had a friend who was really into the band Mute Math, and she invited me to come see them live down at a venue in Philly called The Troc. Now, I will admit, I wasn't super familiar with Mute Math at that time. I think I knew one song by them, and I wasn't really a huge fan of that song, but she was so enthusiastic about how amazing their live set was, so I complied and I went ahead and I bought a ticket, but I was kind of skeptical as to whether I would have a good time. Man, was I surprised. That night, Mute Math showcased their musicianship, their talent, and their creativity in a way that I was not expecting. Simply put, I was blown away. And I got to discover a band that would go on to become one of my favorites. My willingness to keep an open mind and to be a concertgoer's ally that night actually turned out to be a huge win for me. And for bonus points, the Troc, which was an iconic building just outside of Chinatown in Philly, that had been a part of the live music scene for decades, later on closed its doors and stopped having shows there. And I'm super grateful to say that I had the opportunity to see a show at that venue before it closed down. So, in conclusion, if you agree to become a concertgoer's ally and you join your friend at that next show, there is so much in it for you. At the end of the day, you strengthen the friendship and it creates a bonding experience. Even if you have an absolutely terrible time, hopefully you guys can laugh about it later and your friends should appreciate the fact that at least you were willing to give it a shot. You might discover your next favorite band. And if nothing else, you're supporting an artist in an age where it is becoming increasingly more and more difficult to support yourself as a musician. So, what's your concertgoer ally's story? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Or are you the concert goer in your circle of friends who's always dragging your friends along to shows? I'd also love to hear from you. Be sure to subscribe to more concert goer confessions and tips about navigating the live music experience, and I'll catch you in the next video.